And I'm kindly asking you if you could please mute yourself so we don't have any background noises. That would be very good. So we allowed everybody to listen to this presentation. Voila, let's start. And now, can you see my screen? Yes, that's great. It's the first time that I share my Canva. I feel very IT specialist at the moment. So, welcome everybody. My name is Lucia Wildermin and I am the Director of Operation of International Working Women of Finland that I have the pleasure to introduce you shortly. But the reason why you are here today, if you came by chance, now you will know more. It's an event about free IT crash courses. So International Working Women of Finland has been an ongoing support and relationship with Smart Academy Association, with Syria here today. And we want together to empower women and of course men into reskill themselves more in IT, but she will tell you more about later. And today I ask Anjana Sinha to join me because she is actually been for a very long time our International Working Women of Finland IT tech leader. And she's been of great support for everything. So I have all my full trust on her IT capabilities, and then she can explain you a bit better what are those roles and what it entitles. While Syria here today, she will explain you the technicalities of how to enroll those IT courses, what are they entitled, how long they will be, etc. While I'm merely here to introduce them and IWWOF, and then I will leave the stage to those wonderful women. So let me introduce IWWOF. So yes, so IWWOF, we are a community of women from all around the world. In the last survey, we count 72 nationalities, and we have the common aspect that we are all living here in Finland. And our core mission is to empower and support each other. And we do that thanks to sharing our work experience, our ambitions, of course, our contacts. That's why I ask you to input your LinkedIn profile in the chat today. And we want to make sure that everybody feel included, and we want to facilitate the integration and the working path here in Finland. So our core vision, our community is made by now 9,000 women on our Facebook group, and we want to rewrite the narrative of this highly skilled international, thanks to the strong network that I was talking about, and we want to challenge the status quo by spreading diversity and inclusion across Finland. And if you are not living under the stone, and I'm sure you've been coming across the news lately about the disastrous new policies that the current Finnish government is proposing for international talents, so they are bringing us backward instead of forward, and this is why we don't want to do that. Our aim are to empower our, of course, community and to provide a safe space where you can develop yourself professionally, like today, or individually. We want to reduce the barriers for those international to enter the work phase, because if you're a woman and you're living in Finland or an immigrant in general, you know how difficult it can be to enter the workforce. And we want to support you through all your journey in Finland. And then we want to make visible the untapped potential of international that are already in the country, because Finland talks a lot about attracting people from outside, but we don't talk enough about the people that are already here with us in the country. So we want to improve, as we said, these professional skills so that you are able to access the workplace, you're able to integrate not only in the workplace, but even in the society. Let me go forward. It doesn't want to move. My presentation is stuck. So these are the contacts that you can have You can write to contact@iwof.com. If you are interested in join our events, join our community, you can do it directly on Facebook. But if you have some idea, some workshop together or any doubts, I will be very happy to answer you. And here are the social media where you can find us. So we have a dedicated website, which is www.iwof.com. We have the Facebook group. Sorry, this presentation is supposed to be linkable, but I will soon write them in the chat. We have an open group. If you are not a woman living in Finland or recognized as such, you can join our Facebook page or you can join our group. Then we have LinkedIn where we are very active. We have YouTube where we record all our events. So I think we have covered all the aspects of finding a work, CV, LinkedIn, everything you can think about can give you tools to empower and to help you into work files. They are already in our YouTube and of course Instagram. But then I think that I talk enough today, so I would like to leave the floor to Syria and Anjana to give you all the information that you need to access to our free IT courses. So I'm going to stop the presentation, and if you need anything, you can write me in the chat and I will happy answer you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, Anjana, what is the plan? Should I go next or?
I guess we can introduce ourselves a little bit, and I can go first, and then you introduce, and then share the information. So, hi everyone. My name is Anjana, and I've been living in Finland past 8 years. Uh, uh, I was doing some project management work in India, and I was working in IBM. So, after coming to Finland, I also faced a lot of struggle to find a job, and but I did many things. I was unemployed by uh, I was as I was unemployed, but I was like always occupied in doing something which suits my interest. And before Corona, I had my own company as well, Beyond Border, where I used to host event for the skill providers who wants to teach some skills. They all where they also made money and I also made money. But then Corona happened and it got closed, and then I decided, okay, let's do something where everybody will find a job. So I decided to pursue my career in coding, and I started learning JavaScript all by my own. And I got so much involved that I was like I completed the course of becoming a full stack developer. But while doing that, I didn't have much guidance from people because all my colleagues and friends were 10 years ahead of me. So I had to create my own path. So I stick to front end development. I started applying everywhere, and while applying, while self teaching myself, I learned many, many hard lessons. But God has planned something good for me, and I got a job in Accenture, and I'm very much grateful to that. And there, when I got the job in Accenture, like few things I understand about Finland and the Finnish job market, and so this is one of the success story which even Business Finland is trying to publish, like market a lot to Indian people and all over the world. So I got featured in Good News Finland, and that story reached many people, and I got contacted by many such people who were like me, struggling to find a job in IT. And yeah, like I'm guiding them. I will post a few links here where you can read more about about me, and if you have any question you can also ping me. I'm very active on social media, LinkedIn, everywhere. And yes, so this Work in Tech Finland, the free IT course, which is organized by IWWOF and Smart Work Academy, this is This is online course. There is like no instructor who is teaching you, and you have to like complete your course by yourself. More information Syria will tell you, but I can just emphasize on believing yourself and finishing the course. It's gonna help you. And I have become a self-taught developer, and whatever I taught myself, so you can too. So thank you so much. Over to you, Syria, and I'm gonna ask many questions to you related to this course so that our audience can know more. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much. And also, I want to encourage our participants to write their questions in the chat. I won't be able to follow the chat while I talk, but later when I finish, we can go through them and then make sure that you will get all the information needed before applying to this program. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm also now tech savvy as Lucia, as I'm also sharing directly from Canva. Very convenient. I hope you can all see my screen. And yeah, just to tell you a little bit about myself. So I'm Syria. I am currently leading a non-profit organization that is placed in Estonia. In Estonia, this association is called Smart Work and has been operating for 16 years already. But now 2.5 years ago, we got an opportunity to provide free reskilling programs to women in Estonia. And we also, since I have very good contacts with Finland, I'm also currently studying in Finland. I am doing my joint doctoral studies at the University of Turku. Then I started immediately to ask from the funding organization, google.org, whether it's possible to provide a similar opportunity to Finnish women as well, because I wanted to give back something to Finland, as I have received so much. And on the second year, we got a positive response. And today I'm here, very happy and really, really grateful that we got this opportunity. And I hope that many of you can really benefit from it. So on the next slide, I'm going to tell you a bit of a broad background related to the Work in Tech program. So this particular opportunity that we're currently offering, we are doing this in cooperation with International Women Working in Finland and our organization, which has now developed a, let's say, a trademark called Smart Work Association, under which we have gathered all the free reskilling programs that we provide. It doesn't matter in which country they are now all up on one website. However, the Work in Tech program as such is actually very big. It incorporates more than 20 countries in Europe. It has more than 20 implementing partners like us who are responsible for finding the learners in certain countries and providing them the free reskilling opportunity, as well as supporting them in finding relevant jobs in the IT field. And each year, about 15 to 20,000 learners go through the program. It has been a 3-year program, so this is the last year. And what is really important or significant, important that I want to highlight is that all over, like all countries and considering all learners, the average outcome is that 79% of learners who go through this program graduate with a positive result. And by positive result, we consider that learners either start working in the field, they start an internship in the IT field, they can also become self-employed by providing certain IT-related services, or they continue learning IT, which is also considered a good result because many people come to our programs without any understanding what are the different opportunities in IT. Mostly people think that it's all about programming, and then they learn that there are actually many other possibilities related to data, to e-commerce or UX, but also like team management, Scrum Masters, and so forth. And so when they, during our program, understand what they want to do in the future, that is also a positive outcome. Currently, as I said, this is the third year for our organization to run the program, but it's the first year we run it in Finland. And in spring, we started, and we have about 200 people or 250 people enrolled in the program. But we have still more free spots, and that is why we are currently doing this info webinar and explaining or telling you about the program. So Work in Tech program initially prepares learners to different IT roles by providing free courses. The course content is developed in cooperation with Google and Coursera. The learning takes place on Coursera platform. I don't know if you are familiar with it, but it's an e-learning platform like udemy.com, for example, or LinkedIn Learning. And there are 6 specializations that we offer, out of which you can start with one. And when you enter the program, we ask you to choose one. And when you have finished the first one, you can also take another one. But it's highly based on your own time management skills, because your license will be valid until the end of the year. The courses are quite demanding. As you can see, the UX course takes about 200 hours of learning. So if you have, for example, 5 months until the end of the year, then you can find out how many hours you need to learn in 1 month, which is actually quite a lot. It's 40 hours divided by 4 weeks, means that you have to study 10 hours every week to be able to finish the course. However, I can also tell you that the courses are really very comprehensive, and not only theoretical, but there are also many practical tasks included. For example, in the UX course, you are simultaneously developing your portfolio that you can share with your future employer. So we have 6 specializations, as I said, that we provide. So we have UX, data analytics, we have project management, automation with Python, digital marketing and e-commerce, and cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is one of the latest that was added to this, let's say, to this proposal, and also one of the latest that was developed, like in instance. The Coursera by itself, the platform is very well recognized by companies, and many international as well as local companies use the courses on Coursera to upskill their employees. So you shouldn't worry that your future employer doesn't understand what have you been doing for the last 5 months. Okay, so what is also important to know is that the licenses, as I said, if we accept you to the program, you have until the end of the year to finish the course. You can take actually as many courses as you like, but the only requirement is that you do them one by one. Meaning that if you are interested in UX and data analytics, you must choose with which you want to start, after which If you finish the first one, for example, you start with data analytics. If you finish that one, you can continue with the UX course. That is very strict rules that we get from google.org. So every learner has one license and can use that many times to study many specializations, but in a sequence. The courses are also sufficient to apply for an internship or a job or to get a promotion. I don't know the Finnish market or job market that well yet. I am getting to know it every day, but at least in Estonia, we have witnessed that oftentimes it's easier to get a job, junior level job, than an internship. Maybe, yeah, I see that Anjana is also nodding because the word internship can just scare the company, you know, when they are perhaps a small company or medium-sized company and they don't have interns very often. They might kind of think that you need some special treatment, whereas they are perfectly fine hiring a junior person and mentoring him or her in the new role. Also, we have had many positive cases where people who are already working in some organization get a promotion or some additional responsibility in some IT related projects. So there's also such opportunities that you should also consider when you are already working, that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to leave the company. I would rather start negotiating with them early on by explaining what you are studying and asking, is there and what could they offer in 5 months, for example, for you to execute the new skills that you are acquiring in this program. Another thing is that you have to be active when you enter the program. We have the right and actually an obligation from Google to delete those learners or exclude those learners who haven't been active on the platform for more than 30 days. So I am a mom with 3 kids, small kids, so I know that life can happen, and it is totally possible that in autumn time they are all sick in a row, and then you can easily be disrupted significantly for 30 days in a row. So I have never deleted anyone without asking what is their situation or giving them some kind of a notice. So, but be aware that if you are not actively involved in studying, I will start sending you notifications and emails. And if that does not the situation doesn't change, then at some point I might be obliged to exclude you from the program, which would be super sad. I hope that it doesn't come to that. So my main suggestion or advice is that if you get accepted to the program, which most likely will happen, then start learning immediately and be super active in the beginning, because as soon as you get into the rhythm of learning and you get into the topic, it starts to become more and more interesting, and it becomes also easier to study, whereas, you know, kind of prolonging it and then leaving it on the last minute, then you will be already stressed about it, and probably some negative feelings will emerge that are not necessary. Okay, what else? There's an application deadline. It's on the 31st of August. And by midnight. And to apply to the program, we kindly ask you to go to an online form that is also being posted in the chat. And we will also post it again and again until the end of the webinar. and provide us firstly your contact details so that we can contact you, a link to your LinkedIn profile, and a motivation letter. And why we are asking a LinkedIn profile, we get that question quite often, so I'm going to tell you already now. IT world or technology field is a field where things are changing really fast. So whatever you learn, you must be ready to unlearn or learn new programs and applications as soon as you start working. So one of the prerequisites of working in that field is the curiosity to try out new platforms. And if you have that curiosity and willingness to try out LinkedIn, if you haven't done it before, then it's a good sign that this is the right career path to you. And another reason behind it is that LinkedIn is a professional networking platform, and many recruiters these days are looking for talent in LinkedIn directly. They are not many times they are not posting the job ads publicly because they know that there won't be enough good applicants. So they are searching for people by themselves. So in order to get an IT job or job in IT field, it's good to be visible in LinkedIn and have a profile there. And we will also give you resources and tools to make that profile strong. How to include important keywords so that the recruiters will find you. And I'm very happy because I also heard that International Women Working in Finland also supports you in these topics of how to make a strong CV and so forth. So what we have witnessed is that skills by themselves are not going to give you a job. You are going to find a job if you're able to convince, firstly, yourself of what you're capable of and how talented you are, and then the employer. And they're really sometimes you need some additional tools and tips and help of how to really bring your strengths out and show them to your future employer. And then we are expecting a motivational letter from you where you explain why you want to become part of the program, how will it support your career aspirations, and also how are you going to cope with the workload that comes from the program. Again, you can choose only one specialization in the beginning. On the form, we have links to each of the course on Coursera, so you can take your time and read through them and make a careful choice, because there's no opportunity to make a kind of to change it after you have made the selection. The criteria. So we want to see from the application a strong desire and motivation to either start a career in IT or make progress in your current field with IT skills. Also an ability to dedicate enough time per week for studying. Basic IT skills, so nothing special needed if you already made it to this webinar, and if you will make it to the forum, that's what we need, because these courses are really, and I want to highlight that they are meant for people who have no prior IT background. If you do, then it's good, but if you don't, then don't worry. The courses, everyone will start with an introduction and explaining you the background and important terms and so forth. And they will, while you progress, the courses will get more demanding, but you will be guided through these topics. And as we have already in Estonia more than 500 graduates, and in Finland now we have 30 graduates from the spring cohort, then this is, I think, good evidence that these courses are totally doable, even if you don't have an IT background. And also you need a level of English that supports studying and communicating in English, because the courses are in English on Coursera. However, again, don't worry if you don't know any IT related special terminology, because you will learn that while you are doing the course. And what else? I think I already said that. Yeah, if you have any questions, you are feel free to ask them now, or if something comes to your mind later, then you can send me an email, Sirja@smartwork.ee, or you can find me on LinkedIn. So yeah, that's it from my side at the moment.
Awesome. I have few questions which I'm gonna ask, and which will also be like give more information to the audience we have. And I have collected few questions from the audience as well. So I'm gonna ask those too. So uh, I think you have already answered. My first question was how does it help in getting the jobs? So I think you have given a very good answer that that it's the course will not do the magic itself. We have to show our enthusiasm and like skills and believe in ourselves. So this is so true, because I can say that after I completed my course, I had to make a portfolio to show to the people, okay, I know this, and this is my portfolio, which proves that I know. And I was very eager to show to the people. So that's what I did in my Accenture interview also, and they liked this very much. So sometime it happens that people see that you might not be having full knowledge of that particular skill, but you are ready to learn, and that's enough. Here in Finland, that skill is very much valuable, so be enthusiastic as much you can in the interview.
Yes, and another thing is that if you apply, then sometimes we even see CVs where people don't include that they are currently doing this course. So start showing it immediately. By this, you will be showing your enthusiasm, your dedication, your motivation to upskill yourself. And if you finish the course, you can be very confident, because you can already show that, look, I have dedicated 200 hours into studying IT, so I'm really serious about it. I have made my part, I have worked, so I'm ready to continue working and learning, but it's a proof that you are really serious about it. So,
and these things get a good amount of marks from the interviewer. They just tick tick tick. So this is very important skill. And I would like to add, for the people who are doing the job and who want to upskill themselves, so these courses gonna help you a lot, because I'm also thinking of taking the Python course, because right now generative AI is very big buzzword, and Python supports that. So I recently, one of my manager asked that if anybody have Python skills, because we have a project related to generative AI. So I was like, oh shit, now is the right time to learn Python, because I'm a JavaScript developer. So this course gonna help you in upskilling yourself as well. But moving forward, Syria, I have a question that we decided that we will have a Slack community for our learners, where people, if 10 people choose to take a Python course, then they can learn together and ask question if they have. So can you tell more about it, more about the
uh,
Slack community?
yes, and it actually connects to one of the points that I also wanted to highlight: how to get a job after doing such a course. Another important aspect is by networking. And here you have International Women Working in Finland community, which is a perfect place to build your professional networks. You already here where people are working. These are amazing companies, and also your peer learners. Maybe they are not currently working in IT, but if they are, you will have a friendly contact in 50 plus organizations. So that's already an asset. But that is exactly why we have created the Slack community. Is Slack, if you don't know it, it's like Microsoft Teams or any other collaboration space where you can join. There are different channels there where you can discuss different topics. You can share your progress and ideas and maybe problems that you encounter at Coursera, because there are sometimes problems when understanding the content or understanding the assignment. Then those learners who have already progressed further can help you. And we have seen that this type of support network works really well. And also we from Smart Work will be posting relevant information there, like job ads that we encounter, and also learners will post them, and any other resources that we find that could be useful for you for finding a job. But again, you have to be active. We cannot do the networking for you. We have also learners from Horizon community there. So it's a perfect opportunity to find peer learners and people together with whom to build your future career in Finland.
Yeah. So just for our audience, when you get enrolled in the course, when you will fill the form and move forward, then you will get added to a community, Slack community, and you can meet other people there where they will help you in doing the course if you have any question. So this step will come after you get registered to a course.
Yes, exactly. So the first step is that you fill in the application form. Then I will check your profile. I will check what you have written on the form. And if I see a good fit between you and the program, you will be accepted to the program. And then I will send you an info letter congratulating you and telling you what are the next steps. At the moment, you shouldn't worry about anything else, but just filling in the form. And also, as I said, the criteria is, I would say that almost everybody will get accepted. Sometimes we just haven't accepted certain people when we realize that they didn't actually understand what the course is about. Like they, well, they think it's a job or something like that. I mean, anything can happen. So I have to go through the applications carefully.
Okay. Do you have any suggestion on how to choose the best course for ourselves? Like,
Yeah, this is very hard. I cannot tell anyone which course to choose, but if you use Google, Dr. Google, you will find a lot of materials and videos uh, about different roles in IT. So if you, for example, Google UX or data analytics or cybersecurity, you will get a lot of information. So I would, if I were you, if you don't know, I would make some research about it. Also read about what are different personal characteristics related to certain roles, and then just choose the one that interests you most. This is just a start. If you start this course, then by doing it, you will understand more what interests you. So it's totally okay if you finish the first course and realize that actually you want to do something else. This is already a win because now you know. So just pick
yeah.
one and start learning.
So, can we recommend this course to our friends just by sharing the registration form link?
Yes, definitely. I would be very glad if you do that.
All right. Now I have some questions from our audience, and few of them you have already answered. So the first question is, how many courses one can register for free, and how many places per course are available. So only you have to choose one course, finish that, get certified, and then you can opt for the next course. And it's depending on your time availability. So you can finish one course in 2 weeks and then register to the second course. So depends on how much you grasp the course.
Mhm.
And I would let Siya answer that how many places per courses are available.
We don't have, let's say, a limit, so we can accept everyone who shows a great deal of motivation and yeah, to be in the course and to progress in the IT field or make progress in their current field with the new IT skills.
Yeah, so there is no limit. You can just share it with your friends and you can join too. Okay, so the next question is can one can take two courses at the same time, for example, UX and project management at the same time? I
No.
don't think so.
No, you have to do them in sequence. So you finish first, and then, for example, you finish UX first, and then if you are finished, you can take the project management course. And by doing this, bear in mind that you have until the end of the year. So be very thoughtful about your time resources and planning your time for the studies.
And I would suggest here to, if you're going tech, then focus on tech because each of these topics is vast in itself. So putting your legs into multiple boards will not help you. So you have
Yes,
to focus. If you wanna take a job in one particular domain, you have to focus on that one particular domain. Then once you get a job, then you're free to do whatever you want to do. But for in the beginning, focus on one particular domain. It will really help you.
good
So
advice.
yes. So are these courses beginner friendly?
Yes.
Yes, definitely these are beginner friendly. So the next question is, are after completing the application form, when we will know if we have been accepted into the program, how much time it will take?
Usually it takes me approximately a week to go through the applications and then send you information. So if the deadline is the end of August, then the second week of September.
Okay. So what if someone fill the registration form today? Then also that person will get notified in September, or they can get
Yes,
notified
I
early.
will. Yeah, I will. Well, let me see what I've written because I have in different programs. Um,
Many people may
okay,
register.
yes.
Yeah.
In this particular option, we have promised to accept on a rolling basis. So then I'm going to check at the end of each week how many have registered, and then beginning of next week, I will send you information. But
Okay.
I will not do it one by one. So if you send an application, and then don't expect a reply from me like within few hours. So I will anyway like take it in cohorts. Like the first week, I will check how many, and then the second week. But one other thing is that if you apply, then please check that you get a confirmation email from Google Forms that your form has been registered, because we have had problems that some people have registered and or applied, and then we cannot see their application. So go to your email after applying and check your spam folder as well. You should have a registration, like a confirmation that you have registered. And if you don't have that, then you can write me an email and ask if I have received it.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So there is one more question, and that is for me. That what kind of portfolio is required for a developer or a software tester? So I can say tell you that I'm a front end developer. So uh, when I started learning, I create started creating small apps and websites, and that's how I got IWOF as a client as well. So I created IWOF website during that time. So everything I created, I put that in one website and gave it a link. Like I put that in one website as a card and gave it a link so that uh, any recruiter who is visiting my portfolio can click on that website and see that, okay, I have actually made something. So that shows that whatever I'm saying is true. So this the portfolio things works best for the front end developer, for the UX UI, maybe in marketing as well. So for marketing and for software tester, you may have to collaborate with someone to showcase your skill. Uh, and if you after the collaboration, you can fetch out some numbers and then put that in your portfolio, that you did this work for this company, and this is what you have achieved. And it really shows that you are motivated and ready to, like, motivated and proactive to do your work and learn new things. And believe me, this gonna give very good marks to you during the interview. Like, Finland really appreciate this. And I had a career gap as well. uh, then also, like, it didn't matter whether I have completed any I have completed my courses from any of the university here. I'm just a self-taught developer from Udemy and YouTube. So it didn't matter to my interviewers, so because I showed my portfolio. So yeah, that's it. Anybody have any more question?
I think that there was one that I spotted. Somebody asked how to apply when you already have an existing Coursera account. So that's okay. I will send you a personalized invitation on your email through Coursera after you have registered. So please do not enroll to the 7-day free trial and so forth, because if you forget to cancel it on time, it will start taking money from your account immediately. So after you are accepted to the course, I will send you details what are the next steps, and at some point you get a personalized invitation that comes to your email, and through this link you can join the program.
Yes, I think we are done. How to apply?
Okay. So the TE office, these questions I've also received quite many times. Yes, they are. However, it's very much your responsibility to explain your consultant at the TE office that it's not a full-time study where you get, for example, a university degree. So it's really something that you're doing on your own spare time, like you can take any Coursera course on your spare time, and I think that it should be totally okay with the TE office. But their main worry is to understand that this is not some like full-time study option that you are taking or where you are accepted, because then they would have to move you from an unemployment benefits to benefits related to studies and so forth, so forth. So, but you have to explain that. Can you elaborate the issue of getting an internship mentorship for any entry-level applicant? Yes, again, this is very much based on how active you are, and the IT field is specific in a sense that, as I said, sometimes the jobs are not even advertised. So either the recruiters recruit through LinkedIn or using their own personal relationships. So if I were you and you already have some skills or understanding which position you would like to work at, I would start looking for relevant organizations in your area and start sending them emails with your cover letter and CV, where you also tune your CV and cover letter according to each company, not send a general one to 100 organizations, because everyone wants to see that you really have made an effort in understanding where you are applying. You can also contact HR people in LinkedIn and ask for more questions. And basically, it's like a search. It can take sometimes few weeks or few months. It can take half a year or a year. It depends on many things. But the more active you are, the more you contact with recruiters and HR people, the more you go to IT-related events and network with your peers, the more are the chances to get an internship position or a job position soon. Yes, the program, we don't know whether it will continue next year. There is a question, is it only this year that we are running it? Because we know that it was a 3-year project initially by Google, and this is the 3rd year, so it should be the last year. But I also know that there are negotiations going into continuing next year, but we only get that information at the very end of the year. So I wouldn't count on that. And if you want to study, now is a good chance for doing it.
Somebody has asked what is the difference between the versions and other free packages in Coursera?
I don't know what are their other offerings by Coursera. I know that, for example, at Coursera, there is a possibility to apply for a scholarship by Coursera, so that they will exempt you from a tuition fee so that you can study for free. But the best option at the moment, if you are interested in any of these topics that we provide, is just to apply to our course. But we, of course, we don't forbid you in taking the other courses, either free ones or those where you pay for yourself. Because, for example, Udemy also often has very good deals, like for $15, you can take a very comprehensive course. So yeah, the more you learn, the more active you are, the better. And we have on our website also gathered a quite extensive list of opportunities to enhance your IT skills with a relatively cheap price or for free. We have also some Finnish programs there listed, so feel free to go through that list as well. Okay, do we have any other questions? Yes, 31st of December is the last minute to complete the course. After that, Coursera will terminate your study rights, so we cannot do anything about it. And also bear in mind that December is usually a crazy month, regards all the Christmas parties and so forth. So it's better to do as much as you can as soon as possible and not leave it to the last minute.
You have enough time, to pick at least 3 courses and from the same domain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just as our learners have also explained, if they are, for example, parents, don't try to be perfect. Just put your kids watching a cartoon for half an hour and to Coursera. If you are going to work, take a train or a bus and to half an hour Coursera. So basically, there are so many different opportunities. You just have to find them within your day.
Thanks a lot. Thank you, Anjana. Thank you, Syria. There was a question about the entering in the job market with the internship and so on. It was said that he didn't see so many availability for those positions, but just bear in mind that if you are unemployed, even the T office can support you with an internship and can cover your costs. So that could be another way. Or you can approach the company if you are unemployed and propose to the company and then bring all the papers to your T office. And of course, I want to be clear, nobody is telling you that if you take one of those courses, you will get a job. We cannot promise you that, but we just give you the possibility to have a free certificate that will enhance your possibility to land a job or to develop in your career. For example, myself, I am communication and marketing manager, and I just enrolled while I was listening to these fabulous ladies to the digital marketing and e-commerce, because that's what I'm doing for a client, but I'm self-taught like Anjana, and I would like actually to read something. And this is for me the opportunity to read more, that what I've been learning by myself makes sense. Well, it does, otherwise I will be without job by now. And I actually have a certification that said like, hey, she actually read and knows about that, not only doing it. So there are many possibilities. But if there are not other questions like I see in the chat, I would now happily close this wonderful event. Thanks so much, Syria. Thank you so much, Anjana. And thanks everybody to be so curious. And I really hope you overload Syria with job, with your so hundreds of applications. And we want to take full opportunity about this. And one question that I had, is this course only for women? No, we don't check your gender. So if you are a man, or if you know some men that will benefit from it, please do encourage to register them too. Thanks, everybody. And
Thank you.
I wish you a
Thank
wonderful
you.
evening.
Thank you.
Yes.
Bye.
Have a wonderful evening, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.